SLR Turbo 51 over here. I hope you're having a splendid day wherever you are in the world. And guys, it is time for the penultimate round of our first season of our F1 2020 career mode, driving for the Scuderia. And guys, we are heading towards the home of the prancing horse. We are heading towards Italy, well, towards Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. Why do I always swap that around? But in any case, please drop a like down below on the video. It's only going to take you a nifty 2 seconds. And for that, thank you very much. Now guys, heading in towards this episode, you guys know we at Ferrari are on the back foot. Not just in the Constructors' Championship, but myself in the Drivers' Championship as well. Bottas at this stage seems a little bit untouchable, but there's still 2 races to go, and F1 being F1, anything and everything can still happen. You guys can see we've still got 2 upgrades in the pipeline, and heading in towards this weekend, I was looking for some upgrades but decided against it. I wanted to save a little bit of our R&D points, and there you guys can see, looking at the championship, Bottas is on 150 to 59, Lewis on 127 with myself as well, and Vettel on 85. We basically have to win both races now and the next one in Brazil.
Alright, listen up everyone. They've announced that the technical regulations are changing for next season. Now there's a risk a lot of our hard work could be undone if we're not careful, so let's figure out how to mitigate this. Drivers, take a look at the developments we have and let us know what you want to invest in protecting. Alright everyone, let's get on top of this.
So, as expected, guys, we are going to have a regulation change at the end of the season. Yeah, I'm not sure which department is what's going to be, but I'm going to put my luck on engine and chassis. That's what I'm putting my money on. So we've got 2 races to adapt, not a lot of parts, so I think we will be able to adapt all of the parts. Oh, actually, I was wrong. It's the chassis and the durability department. Actually, I think that's where we've invested the most of our cash. So we've got a lot of work to do, but it's not the end of the world. So before we head into that, guys, let's quickly look at the performance chart. Mercedes is still leading the way from ourselves at Ferrari in P2. You've got Red Bull closely behind in P3. Then Racing Point is starting to get all closer to the top 3. You've got AlphaTauri P5, Renault P6, McLaren P7, Alfa Romeo Racing is in P8, and the rear end of the field, it is Haas and Williams. Now guys, we are obviously going to have more than enough money to actually repurchase all the upgrades we have put on the car, thanks to Ferrari's fantastic income and it being basically the richest Formula 1 team in existence. So there's I'm not even a little bit stressed that we will not be able to buy back all our upgrades. It means we're going to have a solid car to build off of for Season 2. But with only 2 rounds to go in this season, you guys can see once again I'm running a worn engine and practice, and yeah, I think I've crashed this Ferrari more this season than any Ferrari driver has ever in history. Yeah, you guys see the car just got loose, and instead of me thinking with my brain, I thought with my stupid toes, and I didn't get off the power, and it just went creaming into the wall. But not the end of the world. Guys, it is now time to head towards the Temple of Speed for the Italian GP's qualifying. I'm excited. I want to impress the home fans. I'm driving for the Tifosi. Let's go, baby! So guys, jumping straight to the end of our first run in qualifying. For those of you guys that are new to the series, I do a short quali session, so all the cars in one short 18-minute session for the top 20 shootouts. You can see we got P2, a tenth and a half behind our teammate Sebastian Vettel. As we come towards the end of our second run, heading in towards Ascari, I'm really quick into here, but I'm very hesitant on the throttle because obviously that's why I had my moment in practice. So we're going carefully through Ascari. I'm almost certain that's where I lost a lot of time. We are 3/10 down on our quickest lap time. You guys can see I messed up Parabolica a lot on my first flying lap, but still this lap was not good enough. It was also a kind of hot trash. So we completed the lap, but it still wasn't quick enough. So we're gonna scrub one more set of tires. Well, we are gonna scrub one more set of tires for our final run. And with 2 minutes and about 15 seconds left on the clock, we are gonna head out there and see if we can get pole.
All clear the garage, please. Car ready to leave.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Guys, it is time to head around this beautiful facility in Italy, the Temple of Speed. The name is there for a reason. Heading down the pit straight, 350 kilometers an hour, over 350 actually, as we're heading towards the very hard first corner braking zone. It's a second gear for the first corner, first gear for the second corner, second for the first corner, first gear for the second corner. Sorry. As you now head through this flat out right-hander, it is actually a very quick run into the second chicane. You guys remember, Monza is the king of chicanes as well. Here we go, it's a left-right chicane. Mount the curb on both sides. Be very quick on the throttle as you come out, but watch out for oversteer. You really have to control the car through there. Into the first of the two deadners. Now heading into the second, which is a little bit slower, but you have to have a slingshot exit coming out of here. Use all the curb on the outside possible. Open up DRS as we head down the hill underneath the older version of the track, which passes up top, which looks like a NASCAR track. Now heading in towards a strory, it's a left, into a right, be confident on your throttle, into a left. You guys can see how the rear end is a little bit wonky going through there, but now we just have to ace the final corner, Parabolica, and then we've got this at a very good lap. We are P3 at this stage behind our teammate and Lewis Hamilton, but can we take pole here in Italy in front of our home fans? You are on the throttle on the way out, flat out through the exit, and we are going to get ourselves up into P.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Parker, Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Well done. Very solid results. You're looking good for the race.
Pole position in front of the home fans. Let's go, baby. Let's do a Leclerc 2019. I feel it, baby.
We're back in Italy once again for another round of the Formula One World Championship. And what a great race is in store for us today here at the oldest circuit on the calendar. Monza hosted its first race all the way back in 1922. With top speeds up to 215 miles per hour and an average lap speed of around 155 miles per hour, Monza's reputation as one of the fastest circuits in the sport is well earned. We have 11 corners on this 3.6 mile track, with the best overtaking chance coming into the heavy braking zone of the Turn 1 chicane. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of Turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are three main things to worry about there, Crofty. Positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Parker lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Bottas, Max Verstappen and Ricciardo, Ocon, Kvyat, Raikkonen and Carlos Sainz.
Okay, this is the team's home race. We're all relying on you to impress today.
If you are new to the channel, why have you not yet hit that subscribe button down below? Go down below, hit that subscribe. Don't forget to click that bell to never miss a future epic video here on Turbo Fox Races. Guys, easy one stop, softs to mediums. Let's just see if we can get out into the lead and dominate, because that is what we need. This is for the Tifosi. Let's go, baby, jam with me. Italian Grand Prix, driving for Ferrari. We head to 5 red lights. Myself and Hamilton on the front row, and it's go, go, go for the Italian Grand Prix. 51 v44 on the front row. Here we go, heading into the first corner. I think I'm going to cover off Hamilton to the inside. Yes, there we go. We cover off Lewis Hamilton as we keep it on the inside to make sure he doesn't go for a dive, but yet he does go around the outside. I thought Vettel would be there. We pinch him towards the outside of the track, and there goes Sebastian Vettel right around the Mercedes. So it's the Italian boys leading the way for the Italian Grand Prix. Let's go, baby. Let's keep those Mercedes behind us. And even Esteban Ocon in the Renault has gotten himself up into 4th place ahead of Valtteri Bottas. So a fantastic start there from the young Frenchman. You've got Bottas P5, Ricciardo P6, and where are the Red Bulls? They just seem to be nowhere in this Grand Prix thus far. Okay, we've just started, but still, they did not have a good start. Here we go, through the second dead now, on board with Valtteri Bottas in P5. You guys can see I'm already under pressure from Vettel in P2. Guys, remember, Vettel might not be in the championship fight, but he's thinking about the constructors, and if I'm going to hold him up and back him up into Hamilton, he's definitely going to try and make a move for P1 and try and bolt away. But the thing is, for me, I need to make sure to keep Vettel behind me, otherwise my championship hopes are over. And to be quite honest, I would love it if Esteban Ocon finished ahead of Bottas, because that'll make my championship hopes just a little bit more lively, to be quite honest. Because Bottas, if this race, obviously we know he's going to overtake Ocon, but we need to hope that he stays P4. So you guys see, I go defensive on Vettel to get him to slipstream me, to get away from Hamilton. Into the first corner, slowly through there, and power your way out. Power! There we go. This is a track where you can actually drive like Jeremy Clarkson and go power all the way. As the Italians would call James, Mr. Slowly. This is not the place to be Mr. Slowly, which I am currently being, as Vettel has overtaken me for the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. But guys, now we are just going to slingshot ourselves now on this final back straight onto the pit straight to make sure that we get back past Vettel. But look at that freaking Black Panther behind us. Lewis Hamilton and that black Mercedes is just ready to make a lot of gains here. Here we go, onto the main straight. The two Ferraris v the Mercedes of Hamilton. The Ferraris are stronger in a straight line. Let's see, look how Vettel is pulling on Hamilton. Oh, that's fantastic. I mean myself. Look how I am pulling on Hamilton. We dummy to the outside. On the outside, inside for the next corner. Will Vettel get the power down better than we will? Yes, he will. Oop, a little tap there of the tires, but nothing too major. We have the overtake button firmly pressed down, and now we try and go around the outside. We have a little bit of a nudge again on Vettel's rear end. We take the outside for the chicane, late onto the brakes, give Vettel the space. He's still our teammate as he actually still hits us. He's not giving us any space. But yeah, that's us back into P1, but not the way we would have liked. And I'm sure Mattia Bonotto is not enjoying what he's seeing currently, as Vettel is trying to move around the outside, heading in towards Parabolica. Here we go. That was a nice Ferrari double team on Hamilton to sandwich him to not be able to go anywhere. Well done, Ferrari. Yes, I would like some pizza after the race for that move. Here we go, guys, on the main straight. Look at Esteban Ocon. Where's he come from? That Renault is a freaking bullet in a straight line, and then Bottas is going to try and make a move on Vettel. So Vettel has gone from P2 all the way down to P5. Vettel, get past Bottas! Oh, guys, remember, this is the second to last round. For those of you guys that don't know, penultimate means second to last. This is the penultimate round of the championship. Hamilton locks up, heading heading into Parabolica, and it opens the door for Esteban Ocon. What has Ocon eaten for breakfast? A freaking extra horsepower? I don't know. Maybe he ate some horse steaks for breakfast, and now he's got extra horsepower. I don't know. That's actually quite gross. So forget that I said that. Not the point. He is driving a fantastic race, as Hamilton is now the victim, like Vettel was the previous lap, and Hamilton is now all the way down to P4. But Sebastian is not going to just leave that hanging. The 6 and 4 time, well, in our career mode, the 5-time world champion Sebastian Vettel. So 11 world championships between these two. They are fighting side by side, and Vettel is going to make it an easy move around the outside of Lewis Hamilton, heading into the first corner. And now you guys can see I've bolted away a little bit from Bottas and Ocon, and this is exactly what I needed for my race, guys. But here we go. Renault v Mercedes v Ferrari, and when it comes to straight line speed, the Ferrari is the better one, but Ocon blocks all Vettel. Hamilton is darting around, around in the background. They're trying to get past these guys, but Bottas has just made a sensational move to get past Ocon. But as you guys can see, Ocon is actually hanging on to Bottas, and now he's going to open the door for Sebastian Vettel to use Ocon as a slingshot and get to Bottas as well. Look at the closing speed of the Ferrari. Bottas has to choose Ocon or Vettel. He chooses to defend from Ocon. Vettel around the outside to the inside. Come on, get the power down, Sebastian. Here we go. And guys, while these guys are fighting and squabbling, I am slowly but surely pulling out in the lead, which is exactly what we need. Bottas is still in P2, but Vettel is trying to keep the Ferrari there. Heading in towards the second chicane, Vettel will have the inside for the first half, Bottas for the second half. Through there, it's a squeeze, but Bottas backs out of the move, and Vettel is back up into P2. Come on, woo, 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 woo. Tifosi, woo, 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 woo. Let's go. Here we go. Hamilton is trying to make a move on Ocon. So guys, this was inevitable to happen. Ocon does not have the same car than the leaders, but 10 out of 10 for effort from Esteban Ocon to try and stick with us. Literally, freaking 11 out of 10. Well done, Ocon. So you guys can see in the background, there's a massive fight between Alpha Tauri, McLaren, Alfa Romeo, Red Bull. All the other teams are squabbling over the final points positions. We're going to take a look at that in just a little while. But now we need to stay with the main contenders in the championship. And guys, remember, Hamilton's chance is just as good as my chance because we are both on 127 points, second and third in the championship. So we need to make sure we have good races if we want to catch Bottas. Guys, to be quite honest with you, if Mercedes doesn't have an absolute horrible race and have a double DNF by the end of this race, the Constructors' Championship is basically sealed for them. Even if they do get P3 and P4 and myself and Vettel get P1 and P2, their lead is just too big. We will not be able to catch them if they get 3 and 4. So it's not just the Drivers' Championship hopes for myself, it's the Constructors' Championship hopes. And thanks to F1 2020 having a My Team career mode, I take the Constructors' Championship far more serious than I ever have. So you guys can see this midfield battle. Oh, look at Raikkonen! That was a very big dart to the outside. But these guys are fighting Hammer and Tong and Ricardo. The second Renault is in this little pack. You've got Racing Point, Red Bull, McLaren, Alpha Tauri, Alfa Romeo. This is just an absolutely sensational battle between all these cars. What epic racing. We head towards the end of lap 10, guys, and it is now my time to dive into the pit lane. And you guys can see I've got a good lead on my teammate Sebastian Vettel. As long as we can lock down P1 and P2, it is good for my championship. But like I said, considering the constructors, we need at least one of the Mercedes to not finish this race, or at least finish outside the points, which currently is not happening. And Hamilton and Bottas are still, I'm sure they are still thinking that they can catch Vettel. I think I'm safely home if I don't make a mistake. But other than that, we've got a bit of a problem. And guys, I hope you guys enjoy this next part of the video. This takes a hell of a lot of editing. It takes a lot of timing, which always gives you issues. But I hope you guys enjoy this. Keep an eye on the top left corner. That is my personal POV and on board with the replay as well. I really want to go to the. I want to use this basic program of Chef Factory to the best of my I nearly spoke Afrikaans. I'm so sorry. But I want to use it to the best extent to give you guys the best possible videos. Like I say, I'm not some sort of crazy rich guy with fancy laptops and insanely expensive editing software. I've got the basic stuff and I need to make it work. So here we go. You guys can see I'm right behind the Williams. You've got two POVs to check it from. It is, I think, behind George Russell, if I'm not mistaken, or is it Latifi? I think that is actually Nicholas Latifi. Russell is battling the horse of Kevin Magnussen ahead of us. But there we go. We are past Latifi. Now you guys can keep an eye on my personal POV while we watch my teammate Vettel and Bottas dive into the pit lane. And what you guys can see why I'm saying that Bottas and Hamilton still are going to have a sniff at Vettel, because they are a lot closer to Vettel than Vettel is to me. And guys, I know this is like oh, Bottas gets held up in the pit lane. Let's go. Exactly what we needed. Okay, exactly what Ferrari needed. Good. Okay, that's excellent. But what I was busy saying is, I can actually not remember what I was busy saying. You guys see, I get excited by stupid stuff, and then I forget what I wanted to say. Okay, my engineer just spoke, and I'm sorry that I talked over that, but it is okay. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. But here you guys can see, let's run through the top 10 now. We are leading the way for Ferrari at their home Grand Prix here in Italy. I'm sure that the Tifosi will be going crazy as we lead the way from our teammate in P2, also for Ferrari. Hamilton is in P3, really hard trying to chase down Vettel. Bottas is in P4. So guys, that is good news for my Drivers' Championship that he stays P4. Then you've got Ocon and Ricciardo in P5 and P6 for Renault. So also a fantastic race for Renault so far. Then P7, you've got Carlos Sainz for McLaren. And as you guys can see, a lot of these guys opted for the hard tires, which I do not think was a good idea. You've got P7, I think it's Max Verstappen, fighting over P7 actually with Kimi Räikkönen. So that's for P7 and P8. Oh no, P8 and P9. P8 and P9. And then in P10, you've got the Racing Point right behind them. And it is Verstappen fighting with Raikkonen. And then you've got the Racing Point in P10 right behind them. But there's an AlphaTauri, the second Racing Point, and then the other AlphaTauri starting to catch these guys up. But Verstappen gets P8. It is Raikkonen P9, and P10, it is Sergio Perez. But we're going to keep an eye on that fight, guys. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of swaps by the end of the race to see where all these guys are. Here, guys, this is now Alex Albon trying to make a move on the second Racing Point, which is a little bit... No, it's actually not. This is the AlphaTauri of Gasly going against Verstappen and Perez for that P8 position. So you guys, we've got 5 cars, and then you've got Albon and one of the Alfa Romeos in the background also coming close. As you guys can see, that's a little bit further on in the race that I recorded that. Unfortunately, I can't record every lap because then you guys will have literally like an hour-long video, which is not the best thing in the world. But here we go. Perez on Verstappen. Don't forget about Gasly in the AlphaTauri there. I'm sure Christian Horner and Red Bull will be hating the fact that they are busy being swamped by Racing Point and their junior team AlphaTauri. Here we go. Verstappen on the outside, Perez on the inside. Here we go. Flat out towards the second chicane. Who's going to get the better of who? Into the chicane. Verstappen inside now. Now it's Perez on the inside. Wow, I thought Verstappen was going to the gravel trap there. Well done. And now Danny Kvyat in the second AlphaTauri is joining the fight with Gasly as Gasly shoves Verstappen out to dry, but he can't get the move done just yet. Through the second dead now. It's very close between the two of them. We jump on board. Oh, okay, guys, sorry for the jump there in the replay. Unfortunately, I can do nothing about that. But Gasly seems to have made the move on Verstappen through Ascari. Now onto the back straight. Here we go. Here comes the Racing Point of Stroll. Onto this next part. Here we go. It's very quick. It's very flowing. Here we got the second Red Bull of Albon is also in the fight along with Raikkonen. There's so much happening here. Red Bull, the two Red Bulls, 3 wide with Kimi Raikkonen. And now you've got the AlphaTauri and the Racing Point ahead. It's going to be a DRS overtaking mayhem zone. Here we go. Raikkonen on the Red Bull. Well, look at Giovinazzi. He's also joining this fight in the second Alfa Romeo. What fighting here in Italy. Oh my goodness. I'm sure Red Bull is absolutely hating this Grand Prix because, guys, this is probably for like P11, P12 by now. So it's no longer for points in my opinion, well, as far as I'm concerned. So that means they're basically fighting for the wooden spoon. They're fighting for pride. And just so to put a cherry on the cake for an absolutely horrible weekend for Red Bull, you've got Alex Albon, whose engine or his hydraulics, something has said kaput, and Red Bull are 1 car shorter in this Grand Prix. That is that. Oh, that was very close from the Williams and the Haas, nearly hitting Albon there. But guys, we start the final lap of the Italian Grand Prix. It was a lonely race for us after we broke away with that whole fighting in the beginning with Ocon, Vettel, and the 2 Mercedes. So that's the fantastic news for me. Vettel has kept Hamilton behind him, but also Hamilton has kept Vettel honest for P3. But it seems Vettel has got this in the bag. You've got Bottas in P4, the 2 Renaults in P5 and 6 still. So it's still going to be a fantastic heap of points for Renault, so they cannot be disappointed with this weekend whatsoever. And Ricciardo, who was in the first turn battling for P10, P9, is now in P5 ahead of Ocon, who was a little bit of a diamond in the rough at the beginning of the race. But you guys can see here through the second dead now, it has been smooth sailing for us since we broke away from the field, and that is what most drivers will see as a perfect race. Guys, I'm not that type of guy. It's fun to lead all the way, but it gets a little bit boring. The perfect race, in my opinion, and this is an unpopular opinion, is when you fight with other drivers and you earn your victory, and at the end you start pulling away. But guys, what a fantastic Grand Prix! It has got to be us taking the win for the Italian team at their home Grand Prix. Let the Tifosi go mad with us. It's P1.
Yes, great drive. Ferrari's back.
Yes! Sì, ragazzi! Oh, mi senti? Grazie, dai, forza Ferrari!
There it is then, victory in the Italian Grand Prix. An historic race and an achievement they can be immensely proud of. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari do it again. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I have to say Sebastian Vettel certainly caught my eye during today's race. Incredible driving.
The Constructors' Championship may be a foregone conclusion at the moment, but regardless, let's look at the standings. It's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Guys, what an Italian Grand Prix! From P1, we started in the lead and we won the Grand Prix. But I have to say, guys, at the beginning of that race, Vettel, Hamilton, and even Ocon at a stage kept me so honest. I really had to suss out my next move like a chess player. I had to think so far out ahead. I'm telling you guys now, when I was busy fighting, I would think about how can I get a little bit further away on the next lap so I don't have to fight. When I crossed the line there, I was literally sweating. And for those of you guys that don't know, I live in South Africa. It's currently winter. And when I recorded this race, it was kind of cold. I was sweating when this race was done due to the stress of those first few laps. I didn't smell very nice. My dad told me to go take a shower after I was done. But in any case, guys, that was a fantastic weekend. A 1-2 for Ferrari. As you guys heard, unfortunately, it was not good enough to get the constructors. Mercedes are out of reach, even if me and Vettel get a 1-2 in Brazil, which would be very ideal. But guys, for myself, the only way I can take the championship away from Bottas is if I win and Bottas gets, what's that? It has to be P8 or lower. But the only way I can win the championship is if I win in Brazil. There's no other way. No other way. I have to win, and then I have to hope and pray that Bottas has an absolutely terrible race. And with the Mercedes reliability and the overall consistency of Mercedes, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I am not the most optimistic, and to not keep you guys waiting, I'm gonna swap around the episodes of Career Mode and my team. So the next episode you guys will be getting will be the season finale of season 1 of Career Mode. And you guys are gonna have to see whether it's gonna be your boy Turbocharged 51, Turbocharged 51 / SLR Turbo 51, or Valtteri Bottas. But guys, it's been a fantastic weekend, fantastic racing here in Italy. If you haven't done it yet, drop a like down below on the video. I highly appreciate it. Thank you if you've done it already. Please follow me on social media, links in the description down below. When you follow me, by the way, I follow back, just so by the way. Please share this video with your friends, tag me in the post or the story, and I will give you a shout out on social media as well as here on YouTube. And guys, you don't have to have a YouTube channel like myself. If you want to shout out, I shout out social media pages as well. So please share, and earn your shout out. And guys, finally, if you haven't done it yet and you are new to the channel, what are you doing? Hit the subscribe down below. Don't forget to ding that bell to never ever miss an awesome future episode like this. The championship is heating up. It's going to be myself v Bottas, Mercedes v Ferrari, like we have learned to love these past few years. And it's just, I think we're really going to have to pull our finger out of our booty. And it's going to be intense, guys. Brazil always makes sure that the racing is absolutely phenomenal and unforgettable. So you guys want to make sure that that bell is dinged when you subscribe to not miss the notification when the next episode releases. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for staying till the end. You guys are amazing. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next episode when we head to Brazil for the season finale. Cheers!